The Minding Your Business podcast, episode 79, is powered by the Binge Podcast Network. I love saying that every week. The Binge Podcast Network. That's www.onabinge.com. That's the move that you need to make. Exclusive content. We're adding to the roster of podcasters and shows all the way around. Shout out to my guy Dominic Lawson, Owls LLC, the Startup Life Podcast. You need to subscribe to the Startup Life Podcast as well as the podcasts that are on the Binge Podcast Network. If you're a podcaster, you've been doing it ever since the word came out and they put it in the dictionary, or if you're looking to start one here soon, you need to consider having support of the Binge Podcast Network. We help promote your shows, help promote your social media, help you connect with other podcasters, and importantly, help you connect with the audience that you're looking for. That's one of the things that's important. It's one thing to come up with a graphic and come up with a website and do all that kind of thing, but your podcast is no good if people don't hear it. All right, I'm going to say that again. Your podcast, just like your business, you can come up with the website, you can draw up a flyer, you could, all that stuff is no good on your hard drive. It may make you feel good. It may make you feel good sharing it and texting it to your friends and inboxing them and all that. But at the end of the day, if you start a podcast, you want listeners. Just like you start a business, you want customers. You want people to patronize your business and share it. Well, the way that happens is you've got to connect and you've got to collaborate. If you think you're going to do it just from an island, look at anybody that's been successful. None of them did it by just sitting on an island with flyers on thumb drives. All right. So you need to look at getting with us. If you are a podcaster or an inspiring podcaster, onabinge.com. You can connect with me or Dominic online, and you can email info@onabinge.com. We'll listen to your show, give you some feedback. And if we think it's a good fit for the network, then we're going to look to add it to the network. And it's no charge to you. We're not charging you to add to the network. It's still your show. So Dominic and I are not, we're not the old record label execs that are going to make you sign one of them contracts where you sign your life away and all that. We just want to be able to partner with you and let you keep your content, do what you got to do, just like you normally would, but just add us to your team. So Dominic and I, we love to be able to do that. And so speaking on his behalf here, get with us on the Binge Podcast Network. Brooks Brothers Consulting, that's where leadership and business development solutions reside. That's brooksbrothersconsulting.com, started by me and my brother 2013 in June. And so we'll be coming up on the anniversary this summer. Excited about that. Business is really going well with that, connecting with community banks, as well as working with small business owners. So you need to be able to do that. brooksbrothersconsulting.com. You need a business plan. If you think, like I said earlier, if you think you're just going to fly by the seat of your pants, look at the Forbes list. Nobody fly by the seat of their pants there. Look locally in your market, people that you see that are doing well. It's not just about money. It's not just about likes and shares and, how many commas are in the follower section. That doesn't mean anything. Right? The successful people are able to start a business. The successful entrepreneurs and business owners, they start a process that they love, and they're able to replicate that, and they're able to scale it and grow it. In order to do that, you have to have a plan. Just like you get in your car and you go somewhere, if you've never been there before, you'd like to have a map. It used to be you'd had a printed map, but now we all got phones and everybody's got the digital map right there on their phone. They still don't know where they're going. You know how everybody's got a damn smartphone, and then people still ask you, where that at? They ain't pull it up on your phone just like everything else. Shoot. People always say, how I get there? Dang, man, that's what your phone's for. It's got everything. GPS, tracker, it knows where you are. You should know where everything else is. So you need to have a living document plan, and that's what we do at Brooks Brothers Consulting. We will help you develop your plan. And it's a living document, so it's not static. It evolves as you do, as the environment does, and as your business does. And as you gain more information and experience, your document should do that. So we help put that together. It's not just so you can show a business partner or so you can show your banker to try to get a loan. A business plan should serve way more purposes than that. It's a guide to help you get to where you're trying to get to. Okay? Lisa said, or they ask you for a phone number. Man, Google it. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. People Google everything they want to know. When they want to know what Kim Kardashian doing, they don't ask you. They go to Google. They go on the Breakfast Club, and they go on YouTube. When people want to know stuff, they know where to go find it. So no, don't ask me for no phone number. Don't ask me for no address. I tell you where it is. Pull it up on Google. Get there. Be there. Now, Google don't happen to have it, then reach out to me. That's going to be rare. So yeah, Cousin Lisa's right. So listen, episode 79. It is titled, Yes, One Day We Will Die, but every other day we will live. Let's do it.
What we do here is go back.
Thank you again so much for episode 79. Listen, episode 78 was off the chain. Thank you to Crystal DeBerry for joining me as a guest on last week. That episode, just by itself, has been our most downloaded episode in its first week so far. Episode number 78. Of all the great content and episodes that the Minding Your Business podcast has given you over the last year and a half or so, that particular show has been of the number of downloads and shares. And so I appreciate that. Thank you again to Crystal. Go back and check out episode 78. It's very passionate. You're going to get a lot of value out of it, as well as other past episodes. www.themybpodcast.com. As well as you can subscribe and listen and share from Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, and all those other places, again, where you can get great podcast content. Thank you so much, man, for everybody here on Facebook Live. Those of you that are on Spreaker Live, I see you guys out there too. Y'all are commenting. Y'all move so fast, and what I can't even keep up with y'all. Y'all move faster than Twitter on Spreaker, man. But shout out, thank you to you all for joining as we record this live. And so, again, episode number 79. Yes, one day we will die, but every other day we will live. So, this week, coming off my birthday last weekend, and thank you so much for everybody that wished me a happy birthday. Turning 38 has been an eye-opener for sure. And this week I spoke at, here locally in Memphis, Tennessee, I spoke at Middle College High School at their honors program. And I realized I wasn't 19. I'm 38. So, I walk into the school and I'm like a fish out of water. Everybody know I don't belong. And shout out to Miss Jones and the whole administration there at Middle College High School as part of Christian Brothers University there in Midtown Memphis. And it was a great honor to be able to speak to the honors students there. There were somewhere about 350 students in the room, and it was a great thing. And I was able to speak to them somewhat from my experience and be able to encourage them as they're moving on in their walk and in their life. And it got me thinking that, there's a lot of people who are no longer in high school who have lived their lives kind of beyond where they were coming from that time. A lot of y'all that are listening to me are around my age, or maybe you're a little more seasoned than 38, or maybe you've not quite reached 38. But there are a lot of people that are out here struggling, man. And when I say struggling, that doesn't mean that you're all downtrodden and your head's hanging low and you're just dragging through the mud. There are people that are struggling to that level, but some people are just struggling to find their purpose. They're struggling to find their walk. You may have reached my age. You may be 38 plus, and you still haven't really figured out, what's my purpose? You go to work every day. You You do what you have to do there. You're a hard worker. You want to be able to get to the next level, whether it's at your job or on your business or both. And you don't really see the momentum with that. You pay bills. You tell a lot of lies. You go to bed at night. You raise your children. You're a good mother. You're a good father. You're a good husband. You're a good wife, boyfriend, girl, or whatever it is, fiance. But you haven't really figured out where you're trying to get to. And so some people struggle and wrestle with that. Some people are struggling with unemployment, underemployment. You've got a new business that you've got insecurities about growing. You've got an existing business that you're trying to maintain. You've had success and now the market's starting to evolve and you've got to get to the next level in your business, the next step. You may be wrestling with a tough decision that you've got to make, or you're dealing with the consequences of past decisions that you're still beating yourself up about, and you're still trying to find out who's at fault, and you're trying to get the details as to why this happened and why that happened and why it happened to me and yada yada yada. So I just want to speak to all that. And there was a meme that I shared on Facebook, and you can find it on the Minding Your Business Facebook page. That is basically just Charlie Brown and Snoopy from the Peanuts, comics and shows, cartoon, whatnot. And they're sitting on a dock, looking out over a lake. And Charlie Brown makes the comment to Snoopy that, "Hey Snoopy, one day we're gonna die." And if you remember the Charlie Brown cartoons, you know that that's not too far fetched for Charlie Brown to just say something like that, right? But Snoopy has a very profound, as you could expect from Snoopy, response to Charlie Brown. And his response is, "Yeah, but every other day we will live." And I shared that, and I got a lot of feedback, whether it's on Instagram or on Facebook. And I've kind of adopted that as a great perspective for us to have. Because a lot of people are struggling, and the government, as the recording of this podcast, is still partially shut down. So there's still workers and contractors who are receiving pay stubs with zeros on it. And that some of y'all will go absolutely berserk getting a pay stub, and you done worked all week, getting in your car, getting up in the morning, getting in your car, getting on the train, getting on the bus, going to work, doing everything that you got to do all day long, every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Go through the weekend, some work over the weekend. And then you get to Friday, where you normally would expect payday, and they give you a pay stub that's got $0, period, 00. Now, if that ain't some... I know what you can use the language yourself. You know what that is. Okay. So, the government shutdown is now going, I think, to 6 weeks. So it's been going on for a while. And like I said, there's a lot of people that are impacted by that on a number of different levels. So I shared that particular meme and kind of shared that philosophy of how we look and the perspective that we look at life. Every day, and this is what I shared with the kids at middle college, every day is such another grand opportunity. A lot of times we worry so much about bills. We worry about what some man sends us in the mail, about some letter, about this and about that. And we get so upset sometimes. We get concerned, we get down, we get insecure. And that's easy to do. That's not a thing to hammer on people about, because there are things that we hold near and dear. But every day you have a chance to live, man. And for me, I'm now 2 years from 40. That's my next milestone, I guess, birthday. Every birthday is a milestone, because hell, if you died like I told you, died the year before, you'd be hot. So every opportunity, every day, man, is an opportunity for us to, some wrongs you can right, some you can't. Sometimes you have to bear the burden of decisions made in the past, choices made in the past. But every day is not an opportunity to try to figure out the why of why this happened to me and why I'm not this and why they're that and, when mine gonna come and all that type of thing. Every day is an opportunity to live. Hey, Tabitha Hall, how you doing? Sarah Du Bois, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining. RC, what's going on? Frat, Xavier Durden, what's up, brother? Thank you for joining. Neely, how you doing? And so, every day, Tim, how you doing? Tim Button, how you doing, my man? Every day is an opportunity for us to live. And that's what we've got to get back to living life. We get so worried about what somebody posts on social media. I see people that will get on social media and argue all day long. My phone will buzz. Like something will post. It may be something I posted or something that I'm tagged in, right? And y'all can, chime in here on the different live audiences. But you'll see people, my notifications will go off all day with people going back and forth. And nobody's going to convince anybody anything different. But people will go back and argue all day long. I'm thinking, how can you spend your day arguing all day long? How can you be mad all day long? People wake up mad. Some of y'all probably get up, y'all stomp out of bed in the morning, pissed off about something from yesterday, or anxious about something for that day. Listen, you make your commitments and you want to take care of those. Don't be enslaved to money and to bills and, posts and comments and likes. Don't be enslaved to that stuff, man. Every day is an opportunity for us to live. It's an opportunity for us to be the very best you can be, the very best person, the very best business owner, very best employer, employee, whatever it is. Don't let people make you feel bad about where you are. Okay? Every day that you get up, I don't care how old you are, every day that you have an opportunity to get up, you have an opportunity to make history. Every one of you have made history just by being around. Why? Because you're the only you that'll ever exist. You're the best you that'll ever exist. You are. You're the best you that ever exists. There are other people that'll have your name, your government name. There's a whole lot of Tims. There's a whole lot of Tommies. There's a whole lot of Janes. There's a whole lot of Latoyas. There's a lot of Jessicas. There's a lot of Barbaras. There's a lot of Garys. Whatever it is. But there's only one you. Every day you make history. Because every day your actions impact not just yourself, but the other people you interact with. Some you may not even know. And social media has sure moved that to the forefront. Because there's people that you inspire just with what you post and what you share that you may or may not ever meet. I joke with people all the time that, one day all of us are going to be in some senior home and we're going to be sitting there. All of us going to be old and folk going to know all about you. We're going to be in there and grew up with each other and never met. I guarantee you, I'm going to be sitting in the home one day and some old person go turn around and say, man, we've been connected on Facebook since 2011. I done seen your girls grow up. I done seen you start businesses, sell businesses. I done seen you do everything. Hey, Jessica Wright, how you doing? And I want to get Jessica Wright on here at some point, too. She's got a really good perspective on some things. Real estate professional here in Memphis. If you want to reach out to her, connect with her on social media. Miss May, how you doing? Miss May says, you're correct. There's only one you. Yeah. There's only one you. So you should operate in that level of pride that there's only one me. I'm responsible for me. Not what somebody posts, not what somebody done said, not whether my family's going to support it or not whether my friends are going to support it. I'm responsible for me. I've never started a business with the idea that everybody's going to jump up and support me because they know me and they know my name and they know my phone number and they know my email address, or we used to play basketball together, or hell, we were in the bassinet together as kids. I never had that expectation. So I was never enslaved to that. Everybody's not going to jump up and support your business. I don't care how close you are to them. That's not their business. That's your business. Focus on the content and the value of what you're delivering, and the people will come. Yes, you'd love for your family to jump up and, oh, I'm right there. I got it. Here's the money. Nah, don't have that expectation. Don't have that expectation. But you're the best you that will ever exist. And even during your struggles, embrace them, because as you're going through struggles, you're going through a storm. The storm isn't perpetual, right? Even on earth, there's no place on the earth where it's just storming all the time since the beginning of time. Every storm comes through and it passes along. You get through that one, and then another one is probably on its way at some point. That's the ebbs and flows of life, man. So if you're sitting there, just because you're struggling today doesn't mean that you'll be struggling tomorrow. But it's a test to see, life tests you, right? It's a test to see how you're going to operate. I say this all the time. My grandmother, if I gave her a basketball, she can dribble it up the court. With nobody on it, she could take it and bounce it. But she's not going to, if you put Kevin Garnett on the floor and Rajon Rondo and Kobe Bryant, she ain't dribbling it up against them if they in her face. Right? You're not going to know really who you are until you face challenges. So as a business owner, you're not going to know. You want to face a challenge. Be sitting here on Friday and not know where payroll is going to come from as a business owner. So you've got 1099 contractors, you've got employees. So I'm not talking about just, hobbyists. I'm not talking about people who are just self-employed where it's just yourself. That's a challenge in itself too. But imagine sitting here today and you've got the challenge of your own payroll and payroll for people who have been loyal to you and been working and things like that. That's a challenge. When a competitor rises up and is a disruptor in the market, a challenge and an opportunity. That's not an opportunity for you to get into competition in your insecurities. It's an opportunity for you to evolve your business. You're at work. You've got coworkers that are disagreeable, that aren't team players, that brown nose. I got you people. You ready to slap them. If you ain't had them bills and them kids. Right? They make you train people to take your job. So y'all know what I'm talking about. But every day's an opportunity. What's your attitude going to be? And how you positioning yourself? Money problems, those are going to come and go. They're going to open the government back up at some point. And for some government workers, they'll get back paid, some won't. And things will get back to going in a different direction, and then there'll be another challenge. We're not enslaved to any of that. Your business isn't, your job. Every day is an opportunity to live. That's what you focus on. Live. Live life. You're not going to be on this side of it forever. So live life. Just live it. Yeah, you go die. We all are. from this side. We're going to transition from this side at some point. So your post ain't going to mean nothing. Because the day you die, you're not posting no more. You may have someone post on your behalf. Like I've got some people in my timeline that they die and then it's like they still posting. Like, what the hell? But it's somebody else doing it for them. It's kind of crazy. But yes, you're going to move on. But every day, every other day, you're going to live. Karanda, what's going on, Soar? Hey, I missed you last week, too, at the Founders Day program. But yeah, every day is a chance to live. So go live. People say, don't call me no more in your business. You're trying to business develop, and they say, don't call me. Fine, don't call them. Call somebody else. What are you being timid for? What do you got to lose? It's your business. As many people as is in the world, somebody gonna say yes if you got the right presentation, the right product, the right service. So if you're sitting there and you're timid, well, I don't want to make nobody upset. You got to live. Well, the bill collector people keep calling me. They're going to call. Tell them, listen, this is my situation. Let's partner together. Here's what I can do. What can you do? And then go live. Well, it might hurt my credit. What the hell are you doing with your credit anyway? Get your Dun & Bradstreet number on your business and do things under your business. Then go live. Save your heart attack for things that you cannot. This is the thing I tell my girls. There are a lot of things in life that go come across your desk, come across your wheelhouse. Save your angst for the things that you cannot control. Sometimes you can't control your health. Sometimes you can, depending on what you put in your body and environment that you're around and your mindset, your state of mind. But some things that are hereditary, you're not going to be able to do much about. Some circumstances are just unfortunate. The things that happen to people every day, whether you judge them as good or bad and all this kind of thing, is irrelevant. Things happen to people every day. But you got to live. You got to live. Worrying about this and worrying about that and anxious for this. Days just keep going by. You don't get that time back, y'all. You don't get that time back. So every day, live. That's your focus, is live. You've got family, you've got friends, you've got other loved ones, you've got connections, you've got a business. You're here to run a business, or you get to go to work. You've got the mindset, you've got the physical strength to get up and go to work. Go live. That's the thing. Go live. Everything else is going to be what it's going to be. All right? Either you go have the money or you don't. But don't make that your life. Some family members, they don't understand when you start a business. They understand when you start a job because that's what they know. Okay? Don't get mad at your family for that. That's what they know. You get a job at the factory, they want to take you out to dinner. They want to celebrate. You start a business, they keep scrolling past your posts. They don't know nothing about that. All they see is the downside. They only see the fear within their own insecurities that they want to project on you. That doesn't make them bad. They don't know. But you got to go live. Well, I post on Facebook and don't nobody share that. But then if I post about Soulja Boy, everybody get on there laughing and share. Of course, that's what they know. But that's your timeline. You can control your timeline. If I share a news article about somebody getting shot in South Memphis, they'll share that. But if I ask them, if I post something about my insurance business or about my financial business or about my new product, my new this or new that, I get 3 likes. But if I share the Breakfast Club video about somebody talking crazy on the Breakfast Club, I get 200 likes. That's what they know. Don't be mad at that. Keep sharing your information. When I was getting started in banking, I used to go to places, people tell me, get the you-know-what out. Get the hell out. I'm going to call security. That's when I didn't come back. Any other time, I'm coming back. Things change. How do I know something hadn't changed? But keep moving, keep living. Keep sharing your business. Don't worry about who, and some of y'all tag, every time y'all post, y'all tag 50 people in every post. And still don't nobody respond. That means you got to change your message. But keep living, keep sharing. Most people, when it comes to like sharing content and things like that with your business and living, it takes years for some people to get traction. Gary Vaynerchuk, who's hot now, he was posting content for 10 years before he got hot. And it ain't like he didn't have no money. I mean, he was in business. He was already making money. He had the money to boost posts and do all that kind of stuff. And, leverage, things on the internet, Google and whatnot to boost the exposure. And still, it took him 10 years. So no, everybody don't understand. That's fine. Some of these so-called business owners and entrepreneurs that are just living off a spouse in a lot of cases, they're the ones that will come. Some of them will come in and get on you about working a job. That's fine. Keep living. Have a plan on what you want to do. Like I've said on this podcast before, some of these business owners will get on here, and then when they need money, guess who they go ask? They don't ask another entrepreneur, struggling entrepreneur. They run to somebody who's getting paid bi-weekly from a job. And I've always challenged, I had any business owner take me up on this challenge. Put up a sign that says, I'm not accepting any money that you made from working a job, and see how long they stay in business. I defy anybody. Matter of fact, if you do it, and you still make a ton of money, I'll come buy your business. If you want to sell it, or I'll become a partner. If you got a business that you could put a sign up that you don't accept, no. Now, I'm not talking about B2B companies. I'm talking about B2C, business to consumer. If you put a sign up that says I'm not accepting any money unless you made it by having your own business, I dare anybody to do it. I double dog dare you. I triple dog dare you. So don't let people make you feel bad. Have a plan on what you're going to do. If you want to work a job and that's your career, that's what you want to do, that's fine. We're not here to judge you, and don't allow nobody to judge you. If you want to do something beyond that, then have your plan to go do that. In either case, go live. Stop worrying about what other people say. I learned that long ago. I stopped worrying about what people were going to say. When I first was starting this podcast, there were people that start a podcast. Ron ain't gonna do that. What's Ron gonna do with podcasts? Listen, I'm looking 33,518 downloads later. I think we've had a nice run so far. That ain't just about me. That's about you all. Sharing, liking, commenting, good, bad, and ugly. And I greatly appreciate each and every last one of you. But live. That's my message today. Just go live. I want to take time out. We've got guests lined up in the future and things like that for the podcast, but there are people that are struggling. People are struggling. They're trying to figure out how they go pay bills, how they go pay daycare. They're worrying about having to fix their car. They're worried about putting food on the table, if this shutdown continues. They're worried about their business, making payroll, like I said earlier. People are concerned about their job, whether the job's making cuts or rumored to make cuts or already has made cuts. People are concerned about markets and things like that. But you got to go live. You can enslave yourself to anything if you want to. But yes, we're going to die one day. But every other day we're going to live. And I want you all to live. So if you don't take anything else from this podcast or any other podcast that we do from the past or in the future, just know that that's the next step. So I'll leave y'all with that, and we shall talk again. Peace. I'll see you guys later.
Big gun.